Hey guys, welcome back to Banished, Colonial Charter. My name is Ben Einstein. Thanks for joining for the second video in our series. I'm just going to dive right in. Once again, Banished is cut off, but as you guys saw in the last video, didn't cut off anything else. So let's just jump right back into the town of, once it loads, of Amherst Town. I like to call it Amerston. Wherever you live, you'll pronounce it a little differently. Doesn't matter to me. Okay. Your country has rested all of their colonial ambitions on your venture. Your job is to ensure the survival of your country's citizens. There we go. Okay, so, in the last town we realized, well, I realized, that I put a trader station right there, and obviously, this is a lake. This is a river. So, I am building a path out here, so it'll be much faster to travel out there, and then I'm going to create a small little area of town out here, create maybe like a small barn, trading station, couple houses, a forester I think would be good over here. And then I also realized that I didn't have any herbalists going, and while we have a lot of herbs, for some reason the game doesn't register that unless you have an herbalist, because the average health of the citizens will go down. So let's create a pathway to these people's jobs. And another thing with this mod is, in the game, you never used to be able to put pathways through the buildings, and in this you can, which is awesome. So, like, they don't have to go around the building, they can just walk right through. And I should probably I think I'm going to build a shack out here for them. The lowest house you can possibly build. Up to 3 people, but there's 2 herbalists out here. They can, assuming they're male and female, have a child and live out here. Good idea. Okay, so we've got both barns. All 4. And let's see, logs are good, stone is good. This is iron, not iron ore. That's the thing that really messes me up, is I'll start getting low on tools, and I'll have plenty of logs. I'm like, wait, why am I running out? It's because I'm using iron ore, not iron, which you have to smelt down iron ore into iron, and right now we're not in a place to really be that advanced yet. So I'm going to get a trader station out here. We'll start trading some seeds. Oh, this is the original trading post that you got from the game. I feel like it doesn't really give you anything good anymore, not with this expansion. Okay, is it not? It's not. It just, random stuff that you don't need, they kind of bring you, and while that's every trader will bring you stuff that you won't need necessarily, the original one won't really bring you anything that's of any kind of value to your town. So once I get this one going, and once we get far enough with our town, I'm going to build a second trader station, which is going to be the industry supplier. They'll bring you stuff to build nicer homes and buildings, which is really nice, because to create the higher, I guess you could call it higher quality items, you need a lot of different buildings, like to make building supplies, which is needed. Let me find an example for this. See, the last requirement by the 3, that's a building supply material, and in order to have that, you have different ways of making it. Like, you can get glass, which glass you need sand. In order to make glass, you need the sand, and then you need furnace fuel to make it glass. And not only do you just need glass, you need like logs, you need not clay, bricks. You need bricks, which clay is kind of the same thing. You collect clay, and then you burn it down into a brick by having clay and furnace fuel. So this kind of takes out all those processes, but it's very expensive to buy all of those nicer items. That's the only issue there. However, here soon, like I said, I really want to make a tailor that's creating clothing out of reeds and feathers, because both reeds and feathers are everywhere once you have like an animal that produces feathers, and you have like 2 people running this, collecting reeds, and you create such a surplus, it's real easy to get lots of nice items. So we have 150 reeds, but we're not using reeds for anything, so right now we're just kind of collecting the reeds. Eventually I'll create more shore houses. I'm going to try to get 2 people per shore house, 1 collecting clay and sand, so we can make glass and we can make bricks. just eventually we'll be in a place to where we can produce those nice items. It takes a while to get there. And that's what I love about this expansion, is there's so much more to it, and so much relies, like, you build it up. Like, the very basic, you run out of logs and you have all these new buildings, you can't do anything. You run out of stone, you can't do anything. So it builds up upon each other. I think the last one I created, yeah, another fishing dock. So I think I'm going to expand. I'll build it now, and then next early spring we'll create more fields. Well, duh, what am I doing? Okay, crop field, and like I said, I like 7 by 7 because it seems to produce the most amount of crops. There we go. And then the next building I think we really need is a forester, because as you can see, our logs are going down. Without logs, we don't have firewood, and then without logs, we don't have lumber, which we're not using the lumber yet, but we will here pretty soon. So let's get a forester out here. And there's many different foresters now. There's just the original forester, which cut down these trees. There's tropical, which there's the palm trees. And I don't know. There's new trees. So it says that it cuts down and plants new trees, but it just says new trees. So maybe it means like the newest trees in the expansion. I don't know. And you guys will hear me say expansion or mod. I'm talking about the same thing, Colonial Charter. So I'm just going to make the original forester. I feel like original trees produce more. Honestly, I think I'm going to build it right here for now. I can always move it later, but I don't know how it'll counteract with all of the palm trees. These are all tropical trees. These aren't regular trees that you'd find in a forest, so I don't know if I could cut these down and have them regrow it or not. So we'll just plant it over here, and it's kind of bare right now, so we'll have that. And I might honestly level, maybe not. I can build a mine here later. Kind of talking out loud. I'm trying not to make this too boring, guys. I want it to be entertaining for everyone. Okay, so what did I have last time? Wow, we have lots of firewood, so I think I'm going to put like 1,000 here now. That'll create like 4,000. But the only bad thing is they have to go all the way the hell back to the village. And that reminds me, I do have to create a couple of houses out here, because I don't want them to have to walk all the way back to the village, especially all the way out here, because that'll make it forever. It'll take forever to get anything stocked. And I'll also put, I think, a small barn out here, because I like to have, you'll see me place small barns everywhere throughout the village, especially whenever they're isolated out here. I could honestly put a trader, where are you? A trader out here. A market, I guess, it's called a market, where they specialize. So like, if you're far away from town, their main job is to go back to town, collect the item, and people in the circle area will be able to buy it without having to head to town. Okay, let's get a couple, let's just stock it up. We've got the people now, we might as well abuse what we've got. You'll see me at times have a lot of people just running around doing nothing, and I apologize. Like I said, I run this game on fast, which I guess I could go down to 5 for now. As you can see, there are no logs. I need to go and chop down more logs. I'm trying to stay away from chopping down logs in here, because it seems when you chop down logs next to like the herbalist, well, not really the herbalist, because I guess they kind of respawn, but next to like the hunting station, which I'm going to put out there, the animals aren't really in that area anymore. They don't like to run through the area. So let's chop down the trees around town, because honestly this space is going to be filled up sooner or later anyways. There we go. And let's see, we've got all of these, or it's what, requiring 10, so that's 3, 3, 4. So they're not building them very fast because we obviously have no logs. And I'm trying to think, over here, I could create a bridge to go over here. Don't know if I want to. I won't take any logs to build the bridge, so I might as well, so I can collect resources from that side. Let's go with the stone bridge. I really like the stone bridge because it's too wide. Well, it's more wide than a small bridge, and that's kind of weird looking. Okay, so 70 stone, which we've got 349. So we'll be alright, I think, for now. Okay, so fun fact, if you guys didn't know, see how I'm making it diagonal? If you hold down shift, like if you played this game and you wanna, instead of having a straight line, you hold down shift and it'll create a diagonal line, which works really well, especially along other buildings or along the shoreline, because people don't usually, you know, walk in the straight path along the shoreline, and they'll remain walking quickly. Okay, it's going a little too slowly. And as you can see, we've already got some trees growing back. And I've got 4 out of 4, so I might cut down a little bit of this mountain. You can't use that little bit that's there because they can't plant trees there. I think it'll be alright though. I mean, I've got 1. Later in the game, I'll have 2 woodcutters going at once because we'll need them. And then they don't really use a lot of wood at once, so it's not a big deal. Oh shoot. Okay, it's early winter. So which one's that? I like to have every other. I think it just looks better. So let's get 2 more farmers, and then let's finish the paths. And we also need to build more houses, so there's a lot going on. Like I said, a lot happens at once in this game. You really have to pay attention. So I need more houses down here for the farmers. Let's do a wooden house. We really need to watch our resources, especially logs right now. We got 1 house built out here, which is good, which you'll see them move out, the builders, and then the traders will eventually live there, which we've got all the firewood. So eventually, once the trader guy comes, which I don't know which direction he'll come in this map, we'll be able to see what he's got. And he'll more than likely either have seeds or animals to trade, since this is the farming supplier. I could honestly put the hunting station right out here. I don't know though, because later in the game, see a deer running wild. Later in the game we're going to move this, probably over here, but I just want something here for now. It's just all boring looking, isn't it? Okay, so what else are we building? That house, these 2 homes. We've got 35 logs, so let's prioritize this house, finish it up so we don't have everyone. We need 13 builders, so there's probably 1 builder going to each location and placing stuff. And instead of, like I said, prioritizing, all 6 builders will just go to this 1 house. And also laborers will drop off the items too. Builders obviously build the house, so laborers can drop off the supplies. And once everything's been dropped off, as you see, 8 out of 8 stone, 30 out of 30 log, and everything's been removed, they can build it. And we've got our first trade, which I'm not really looking for actual food seeds. I'm looking for seeds like cotton, flax. Those help produce clothing and other materials, but we can honestly survive on the seeds of watermelon and carrots. And animals, of course. I really want ducks or something. Like I said earlier, I really want those feathers. And we also got the bridge being built. So, let's see, they built that house. Let's get this barn going. Prioritize. Got a lot more laborers now, wow. Which means I've got to build more houses, which means, yeah, I see the food's going down already. So, I want to build another fishing station. I'm not paying very good attention here, guys. As I said, it's real easy to lose track. You're off doing something on the other side of town, then all of a sudden your food plummets. We were at like 10,000, now we're bordering 7, which isn't good, because see all these laborers, now they're going to have families of their own. And it doesn't take long. Honestly, we're going to have a lot of babies, which is why you got to limit your houses, because I feel like if you place down 5 houses at once, wow, that was fast, we just had him. Carrot, sugar, corn, lettuce. I'm tempted to get the corn seeds because corn seems to, I'll do it. Corn seems to do a really good job. Not too much. I am terrible at math, so you guys will laugh at me doing this. Yeah, laugh away. Oop, too much. And there goes all the firewood. So you've got to be careful. So it is. Okay. There we go. Now we've got corn. And what is it? It's summer, so it's too late in the growing season. Wow. Sorry. I'm just used to, as you can see, the carrots aren't even done, but they're already harvesting the watermelons, which is really great, because that means that watermelons get produced fast. So I'm going to add a few more fields. I think 4 more fields, honestly. Oh, shoot. I always do that. I like 7 by 7. I like to have it look somewhat halfway decent. Okay. Let's go back to the fields. 7 by 7. There we go. Maybe one on each side. And then, well, those are, we can put one over here as well. 7 by 7. Cool. And maybe one more over here. Yeah, kind of sucks because I think the forester is using this. But as I said, we'll more than likely move him later, so it'll be alright. But I want to get these done now, so by the time next spring comes, we'll have these fields ready to go for our new corn, and then I'm going to definitely get more watermelon going, because as fast as those grow, it'll be really good for our town to stay afloat with the food. And I want to get the, honestly, the fishing station is the top priority list right now, because it scares me how fast you lose food, especially during the winter. Everyone's inside, there's no crops being grown, of course. And then eventually I'll focus on houses. See, they already lost, they have no homes apparently. Or they do, never mind, must have been a glitch. See, as you can see, he goes to that side to build the bridge, and he won't have a house, and then he'll come back to this side and he will. It's just, I don't know, it's a weird glitch. As long as they don't go off into the middle over here and die, I don't care. So like, early in the game, I noticed that if, say, the town's divided by a river and you don't have a bridge, like if I didn't have this bridge here and I just chose this huge area, they would go on this side and collect it. It's just, they would die. It's like they bugged out. It's like they didn't have a path. It was weird. Tornado. Where is it? They say it's close to town, but it's very rarely is it close to your town unless your town is huge. There it is. So yeah, I have disasters on. I mean, it makes it more fun, challenging. Let's see where it goes. It shouldn't get anywhere near close to town. These are kind of short-lived. I never had a disaster this early in the game. It's kind of nice though. It clears all the trees out of the way so you can see the stone and iron. Okay, so it's going up north. We're fine. It shouldn't last much longer. Okay, cool. Good. It was kind of close to town, but not that bad. Yeah, there's natural disasters. I've seen tornadoes and fires. I don't think there's much of anything else, to be honest. Herbalist is doing good. We've got 333 herbs. We're not good with logs, which those trees are still growing, so. And how much? Okay, our firewood's been replenished here, so you gotta be careful on the firewood there, because it'll go fast. Okay, now we've got another fishing station, which, wow, I need to, it's 4 fishermen per hut, and I haven't upped it. No wonder. Okay. So now we have 12 fishermen, so 4 per hut, which will help. And I need to build another house or 2 over here, so the fishermen can produce the maximum amounts possible. Okay, so I think, yeah, that house was built. It's early winter, so I think I want to focus on these crop fields, so they'll be ready by the time spring gets here. Okay. Sometimes you can just click and it'll go for you. Sometimes you have to hold and click. I think that's another glitch. Whatever. Okay, so we need 2 more. Let's see, that is carrots. That's watermelon. So I'll create corn. There's no point in employing, honestly, there's no point in employing farmers during the winter that I've seen. This will be, what's that one? Watermelon, so like this carrots, like this watermelon. Wait a minute, I think I just wanted, oh well, whatever. It's alright. Actually, what is that? That's carrots, watermelon, I'll make that corn, make that watermelon, and I'll make that. That's corn. Okay. I forgot what I was saying. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, there's so much going on in this game at once that I will start talking about something, lose my train of thought, and forget what I was talking about previously. So, let's... These fields are all good to go. Okay, I think it was the farmers. Employing farmers during the winter. When my town's doing really bad, I will get rid of all my farmers for the winter, and then I'll put them somewhere else. Like, a woodcutter. Okay, don't need as many builders. Okay, farmers are good now. I only have 2 laborers now, but it'll be alright. Actually, wait a minute. Did I put houses somewhere? Oh, cool. We have another trader. Really? I guess I could order seeds. I want cotton, which cotton seeds are 5,000. Like, I have to trade, like, 5,000 worth, so I don't even have enough for cotton seeds. So, I'll order cotton and hemp, which hemp can't be made into clothing on the game, but it can be made into rope. What else would I want? I'm not really looking, as I said, for food. I'm looking for, like, to produce stuff. Wheat produces flour, which I really don't need. Sugarcane produces sugar, obviously. Rye, I don't know if that produces anything off the top of my head. Olive, that produces olive oil and oil. Mulberry seeds. Yeah, I'm pretty sure mulberry seeds you can have silkworm, but I don't know how that works yet. Flax would work. Honestly, I'm ordering all these to see which one would be the cheapest at the time, because they're honestly going to do the same thing. Okay. So, I don't want any of that. Obviously, we can't afford all the seeds at once next time he comes. And we're getting low on logs again. Honestly, I think I'm going to get rid of him for now. We have enough lumber, and we're not using it, so there's really no point until we start using lumber again. Okay, so I think I wanted to build a couple more houses, because our food's going back up, but we are harvesting. No, we're not harvesting yet. Cool. You'll see the food spike, obviously, after harvesting season, but the food's starting to stabilize. I need to build a couple more houses so the farmers have a place to go, and I honestly want to build another storage barn over here, because you can set it to where farmers don't have to pick up their crops, like if they can just put them in baskets on the field, and then you'll have laborers come, but you have to have a lot of laborers, and half the time my laborers are getting sucked up by something, or they're dying, because you'll notice there's going to be a major die-off here in not too long. Let's see, 46. I forget what age they start dying at, but obviously you started with like 12 people. All of them are going to die around the same time. Wow, that was really fast. Beef cows. Beef cows, I imagine, produce milk. I want 3. Let's see. Got a calculator. 2,400 divided by 4 is 600. So let's give them 600. And in return, we'll get cows. I hope they produce milk. I imagine they produce milk. I just don't know for sure. Dismiss. And now I need to build a pasture. Which, well, hell. I really don't want to cut into this at all. And I can't cut into over there. I can cut over here, though, because I have the bridge. Okay, I don't want to build too big of a pasture. Maybe like 15 by 15. For like the bigger animals, though, maybe 17 by 17. The bigger animals will take up more space. You can have like 50 chickens in the same space that you can have 12 cows, so. And I just purchased 3 of them, and I want to be able to expand them. And that's going to take forever. 94 things to remove. So that's them. Let me build a stockpile out here. I don't want them to have to walk all the way back to town. Okay. Okay. Just a couple small stockpiles. And I think, yeah, they're still building the houses, which they don't have any lumber still. I have so much going on at once. Okay, I want to get rid of all the stone. And then, there we go. hope we have enough. Yeah, we have enough space. Okay, our food's, oh crap, going down, which it'll go back up here once the harvest is done. And we're out of logs, so they can't create tools, but we've got over 1,000, so bye-bye blacksmith. We're good for now. I say once the tools hit 400, I will start producing more tools, but micromanagement is what this game is all about, and tools don't go that fast, so I could use him somewhere else. Then I'll use him somewhere else. And, okay, we're building this out here. Let's make this high priority so everybody will focus on it. I mean, there's already people coming and going, but I want everybody to focus. And I also need a house out here. It's good to have the house built by the time the person starts living there. And there's a small storage barn. How's that doing? There's really nothing in there, but I still want to build one over here too, so the person that's working with the cows can quickly drop the leather, drop the milk, drop the beef right at the barn right next to where they're at. And the small storage barn is great. I really like the use of the small storage barn because it's itty bitty. It doesn't take up anywhere near the space as a large storage barn, and for like a small area like this, you don't exactly need the large storage barn. Let's see what he's got now. Chickens! Oh, thank God! Oh my gosh, yes. Okay. That'll help produce feathers. But I gotta be careful with the firewood. Okay. So now we've got cows and chickens ready to go. So I really need to build 2 pastures now. And honestly, I think I'm gonna put the chickens in first, even though the cows have been there longer. I heard that animals can die if you leave them there for too long. I hope that's not the case, because I really need both. I really wouldn't mind having more food options. I think that's a 16 by 16. "17 by 17. It's alright. I don't care. I might want to build another bridge here soon. I'll flatten this like right here and then build a bridge across there. Or on the other side of this. It doesn't matter. Okay. I need more builders. I need to focus on this one first. I don't know if putting another building down while they're focused on one building will cause them to split the work, so just in case. Okay, so we don't have anyone producing tools right now, and no one's producing lumber, which is not a bad thing because... Okay, I'm going to get rid of all the farmers as well right now. And focus on these. But, like I said, not a bad thing. Micromanagement, you don't need lumber, you don't need tools. I've got 207 lumber and I haven't used it for anything. Having more builders is going to be good because it's almost all the way cleared. Started at 0. Now we're here. They're not really filling this up as I would expect. I hope they're not dropping it off across town. That's really annoying if they are. Okay, so now we have maximum builders. I really just want to get those fields built before these animals die. Then I have to employ a couple herdsmen. Trying to think. Uh-oh. Oh, someone. Okay, we're good. Sometimes people will freeze to death because they need to go to like a warm building in between working when it gets a little chilly, which it is 45 out, so. And I need to build a second house, which cool, they've gotten the barn almost all the way built. And they haven't started the house yet, which I'm pretty sure both fields will take up to 2 or 3 each. You don't have to employ 2 or 3, but I want to make sure that the animals are getting tended to. And I gotta watch, because it's already almost early spring. It takes them forever to build buildings, sometimes. Once early spring hits, I gotta employ them back to the fields. I honestly don't think they do anything over the winter. I've never noticed a lower turnout for crops, at least. But you never know. Okay, still late winter. There we go, early spring. And I need how many farmers? 8. I only have 8 available. Let's get rid of 2 so I have a couple. Okay, 4, 7, 8. There we go. Okay, early spring, they'll come back over here and they'll plant their fields. But that just means these will take a little longer, unfortunately. Okay guys, I'm going to end this episode here. I apologize if you guys commented on my first video and I didn't acknowledge any tips or tricks. I'm kind of posting these in close proximity. This game's so much fun, I kind of just play it at once. So, if you do have any tips, just post them on the videos. I'll acknowledge them when I have these videos published to YouTube, and I actually have read your comments. So, thanks again for watching. The next video we're going to work on finishing these pastures. Trying to think what other buildings we could get. A hunting station would be good. And eventually a tailor. Now that we have chickens, they're going to obviously get killed and their feathers are going to be used. And we have someone collecting reeds. And we have 543 reeds. I'll get a tailor going once we get some feathers going. So that's what next episode's going to be. Thanks again for watching, guys. Ben Einstein here. Like, subscribe, leave tips, tricks, whatever it may be. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in part 3.